WWE TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs takes place this Sunday in San Jose, California at the SAP Center. And for this show, you have 12 matches, and I'm sure we won't see 12 matches on the main show. You'll probably get one, maybe two of them on the pre-show. WWE has announced which matches are on the pre-show, but I can almost think for sure the Mixed Match Challenge Finals will be on the pre-show because that's not that's not a pay-per-view quality match. And speaking of that, we'll talk about that first. You have R-Truth and Carmella against Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. So what's on the line is not just the Mixed Match Challenge trophy or whatever. You actually have the winners getting the number 30th entrance in the Royal Rumble. So you're going to have R-Truth and Carmella or Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox being number 30. And that's bullshit because that hurts the Rumble automatically. That automatically hurts this Rumble because the Royal Rumble being number 30 means something. Even though number 30, that's usually when it's usually a heel that gets number 30, it's usually a threat to win. You know, for example, a top heel would be 30. A lot of times the Big Show was number 30. It's like they're a threat to win the whole thing. And for them to just give that away to like two jobbers on either way, it's absolute bullshit. You know, you're going to have... and all four of these competitors are probably the least likely to win the Royal Rumbles. Alicia Fox and Carmella are probably the least likely to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and I'm sure Jinder Mahal and R-Truth are the least likely to win the Men's Royal Rumble. So, who wins here? I'm going to look at it as WWE has been really pushing R-Truth and Carmella. They love the dance break. I liked it too, but it's starting to get really stale with me. I'm not into it anymore. I'm kind of sick of seeing it now. I really enjoyed it when they first started doing it. They did it at SmackDown 1000. It was working really well, but it's starting to cool off. And that being said, I still think they're far more over than Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. So, I'll go with R-Truth and Carmella as the winners, and I think maybe if R-Truth is number 30, there's a swerve and he gets jumped and someone takes his spot. So I'm going with them to win the Mixed Match Challenge Finals. Now we get to what I don't know. Again, this match could be on the main card. I'm not sure. But you have the Cruiserweight Championship. You have Buddy Murphy against Cedric Alexander. Should be a hell of a match. They had a really good match on the Australia show in October, and I'm sure they'll have another really good match. Crowd, I don't think will be as hot because it's not in Australia where they were going crazy for Buddy Murphy when he won the title, and they really wanted to see him win. I don't know how the crowd in San Jose will react to this, but I'm going with Buddy Murphy to retain. I don't know if this is on the pre-show or on the main show. I don't know. I don't expect the crowd to be too hot here, but I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy. I think it makes more sense. Now let's go to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. You have a triple threat match. You have the Bar defending the titles against the New Day and the Usos. So as to who wins here, I got the Bar. I think the Bar keeps the belts. I don't think they're going to switch the belts yet. Eventually they'll give it to the New Day again because, you know, they love the New Day. Or they'll give it, I don't know if they'll give it to the Usos again, but I can definitely see the New Day winning the titles again soon. But I don't think it's here. I think the Bar keeps it here. This could be the match. This is probably the best match to open the show because these three teams will tear it up. They're really good. You have the Usos and New Day who have great chemistry. I'm not a big Bar fan, but I mean, they can work really well with the other two teams. Should be a hell of a match if they give them time. But the problem is, even though it's a 4-hour show, you have like 11 or 10 matches that are going to be on the main show. Guys are going to lose time. I hope this match doesn't lose time because this could be easily be the match of the night if they let them go out there and tear it up. But I'm going to say the Bar keeps the belts. You have Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor and probably the piss break of the match because this is just a singles match. It's like, it's not a horrible matchup. It's just like when it's a singles match, there's no titles on the line and it's on a gimmick show. It's kind of just going to be a piss break. These matches never do well like on a TLC style show because everyone wants to see tables, ladders, and chairs tonight. I don't know if people want to see a regular Raw match. This is a Raw match. I think it's obvious Drew McIntyre is winning. They're going to push him heavily. He's taking this. I don't see Finn winning at all, so I'm going to go with McIntyre to beat Balor. Next, you have a tables match. You have Natalya against Ruby Riott. I don't know if they're actually going to have Jim Danville, Neidhart's fat head on the table. I think that's disgusting, but they probably will. I think Natalya wins. I think Natalya is going to challenge Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble for the women's title. I think she'll lose, but I think that's what they're doing. I think they're going to push Natalya hard. They had her cut that passionate promo on Raw. I don't know if they'll turn her heel against Ronda, but I think she's going to challenge Ronda. They've been teasing that for a while. They're going to do that turn. They're going to pull the trigger probably in the holiday season. We'll see a huge betrayal. I think Natalya will feud with Ronda at the Royal Rumble, and she'll lose, but in order to build her up for Ronda, she has to win. I think they have something with Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan attempting to come here. I think Natalya puts all three of them through a table. I'm going to say she puts Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan through a table, and I think she puts Ruby Riott through the table. I think I'm going to go with Natalya to beat Ruby in this tables match. Ruby will get a big push, but I think they're going to push Natalya right now, and I think she wins this. Next, we have a ladder match, Bobby Lashley against Elias. And this is special because we have this ladder match will have a guitar being hung. It's not a guitar on the pole match, at least, but like in this match, you have the ladder match with the guitar being, in the place of a belt. They did this once with the sledgehammer ladder match with Triple H and Kevin Nash, which wasn't really a horrible match. I remember thinking that match was going to be the worst match ever. It was actually pretty decent. Here, it's probably going to be really bad. Bobby Lashley's horrible. It should just be a gimmick match. I'm sure they'll do something with Lio Rush. I'm going to say Lio Rush is all over this match. I'm going to go with Elias to win. I don't know. I see Lio Rush screwing over, messing the match for Bobby Lashley. I see him doing a spot, catching Lashley and Elias smashing Lashley with the guitar and Elias winning. I could be dead wrong on that. It wouldn't surprise me if I'm dead wrong. But I have a feeling with Elias winning. I don't know. You know what? I'm changing. I'm going to go with Lashley. Change my mind. I'm going to go with Lashley. He'll smash Elias. No, I'm going to say Elias smashes Lio Rush with the guitar, and then Lashley picks up the win. So I'm going with Lashley to win the ladder match, which won't be a ladder match. You'll have a pinfall here. So not a traditional ladder match. Next, you have my favorite gimmick match, the chairs match. You have Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. Usually in a match like this, like you would think Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, you'd think they can have a really good match. But they've probably had a million matches, so I don't mind the chairs matches much. You'll probably get cool spots like a 619 through a chair and stuff like that. I'm going to go Randy Orton to win. I think that's a fairly obvious bet. I don't think Mysterio's going to win this. I think they're going to push Orton still. I think Orton wins this chairs match. Randy Orton rarely loses. So I'm going to go with him here. I don't see Mysterio winning at all. Next, we have the Raw Women's Championship. You have Ronda Rousey defending her title against Nia Jax. So what happens here? Ronda Rousey beats Nia Jax. I wish Ronda Rousey had squashed her, but I think what's going to happen, it's going to be similar to the match they had in June at Money in the Bank, which was actually a really good match, even though I admit, I don't like Nia Jax, but that was actually a really good match. Who wins here? I think Ronda wins. I think that whole match was designed to, they were going to come back to that eventually. They gave Nia Jax this push before she broke Becky Lynch's face. This whole thing, I think, was done to build that match up, to build Nia Jax as a monster for Ronda Rousey to slay. The face breaker, Nia Jax, is the worst wrestler in the whole company. She's horrible. She's unsafe. I think Ronda wins. I think the fans will cheer Ronda after she beats Nia. Again, that whole thing at Money in the Bank was like Ronda won by DQ, but the whole thing was eventually going to come back to that. And, Ronda takes this, and she's done with Nia Jax, and hopefully WWE is done with Nia Jax soon after this. The Intercontinental Championship, you have Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose. So I don't see a winner here. A lot of people have been saying Seth Rollins is going to win the Money in the Royal Rumble. I think he will. I think we're going to see Brock and Seth at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be Brock and Braun at Mania. I think it's Brock and Seth. I think Brock's going to beat Braun at the Royal Rumble, and that'll be it for Braun. I don't think Braun's the guy. I don't think Vince sees him as the guy. I think they're going to go with Rollins as their top guy over Strowman. I think Rollins is going to be pushed heavily. I'm going to say this ends in a no contest. I think Ambrose will get the belt from Rollins sooner than later, and he'll probably end up winning the feud. And then Rollins will go in and win the Royal Rumble, because I think they have to get the Intercontinental title off Rollins. I think he's getting the match with Lesnar at WrestleMania for the title. I think Ambrose takes eventually, but not here. I think they have a no contest here. I see this ending in no one winning, so I'm going to go with ends in a no contest, and they'll probably have several matches on Raw. And it doesn't feel like a fresh match. You've seen this so many times, in 2014, 2015, 2016. We saw that match a lot of times, so not a fresh match, even though it's been a while since they feuded. Next, we have a TLC match, one of two TLC matches. You have Braun Strowman against Baron Corbin. Okay. Corbin loses, he's out as GM. If Strowman wins, he is inserted into the match with Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. So he gets his title match at Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, or Baron Corbin remains as GM. So what would happen if Baron Corbin beats Braun Strowman? Nothing happens. They both go on. There's no one loses anything or wins anything. So it's both guys have everything to lose. I think Braun Strowman wins. I think he beats Baron Corbin. I know he's hurt, but I think he'll make a comeback. I could easily see a situation where Baron Corbin has like half the Raw roster attack Strowman with chairs and tables and ladders, and then Strowman uses the weapons against him. He smashes people with chairs, smashes people through tables, smashes people into ladders, and eventually he gets his hands on Corbin and wins. So I'm going to go Braun Strowman to win, even though I don't want to see this match, because I think it's bullshit Braun Strowman's not going to get the big win over Brock. I really wish they were going to give Strowman a title shot over Lesnar. I know I'm in the minority. I'd prefer to see Strowman get the big WrestleMania moment than Rollins. I'm just not that big of a fan of Rollins at all. I don't know. There's something about the guy's personality that just irks me, but I'm a bit bummed that Strowman's not going to get his big WrestleMania moment. I said it all last year. He should have got it at this past year's WrestleMania. He should have been the one to beat Brock Lesnar in the main event, get the title instead of, Vince changing his mind because the fans still aren't behind Roman Reigns, and then Vince, having Lesnar retain. It should have been Strowman pinning Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania and getting his big coronation. And then, of course, Reigns he has leukemia, which is horrible, and they need someone to take a spot to be the top guy. And it looks like they're going to go with Rollins instead of Strowman, which I prefer Strowman, but yeah, Strowman beats Corbin, and this is it for Corbin. God, I hope that there's no more. They can't do any more with Corbin. He's just such a failure. He's 100% the reason the ratings are down. People say it's football. No, WWE has been going against Monday Night Football for 25 years. They haven't had this low of ratings. It's lack of interest because of who's on top. No star power. Roman Reigns is out. Now Braun Strowman's out too. No, those are pretty much two top stars on the show. You have Rollins and Ambrose in a feud. Just not a hot feud. You have the hottest women are all on SmackDown. Charlotte and Becky are on fire. Becky in particular is on fire. Ronda's on Raw, but she has no one to feud with. They have Nia Jax, the worst women's wrestler. It's just a whole combination of the ratings going down. And SmackDown ratings are down too, because I think when Raw has a horrible show, people lose interest in WWE and they take it out on SmackDown, unfortunately. But speaking of SmackDown, you have a triple threat TLC match, which I think should be the main event, and I will hope closes out the show because this is easily the best match on the night. Becky Lynch defends her SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair and Asuka. TLC match. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how much they're going to let them do. Charlotte and Becky beat the living fuck out of each other at Evolution, that last man standing match. If they prove they can have like a hardcore style match, I don't know how much they're going to let them do here. I don't know if they're going to do a big spot. I don't know if we'll see them someone crash off, thrown off the top of a ladder and smash through 4 tables, like that big spot they always do. I don't know if we'll see that. I don't know if we'll see someone falling off the ladder. I hope we don't see Charlotte Flair do a moonsault off of a ladder onto Becky and Asuka, which I could see her wanting to do. I don't know. These three, they're going to go all out here. It's going to be a battle. I expect a kendo stick to get involved. I expect a great match, a great main event. I wish this was the main event because it's easily the hottest match on the whole show by far. These three, this match has the most heat. I don't think there's any dispute about that. Was more heat. Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, they haven't really been on TV together. Corbin is the shittiest wrestler ever. No way. Bobby Lashley and Elias, no. Orton Mysterio, no. Ronda, no. Nothing but Nia should ever be in the main event. Rollins and Ambrose, no. That's pretty much it. Natalya, Ruby Riott, McIntyre, Balor, no. Lashley, no. This is easily the best match of the night. This has to go on last. The only match that could go is Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, but they never give the WWE Championship the main event. I think this is easily the main event. This is a TLC match. This better go on last. I don't think they'll have Strowman and Corbin go on last. This is the main event. They should let these three go out there and tear it up. As to who wins, I can see either 3 winning is possible. I don't know what the betting odds here, but I can easily see scenarios which each one of the 3 win. I can definitely see Becky Lynch retaining. I can definitely see Charlotte Flair winning, and I can definitely see Asuka winning. As to who wins, this is kind of like, rock, paper, scissors, who's going to win. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to look at the big picture. I'm going to go with Asuka to win the title here. I'm saying Asuka wins the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think the end game here is Ronda Rousey defending her title against either Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch, or both in a triple threat match, in which it could involve Charlotte Flair as a SmackDown Women's Champion. That's why I could see Charlotte winning. But I'm going to still say it's probably Ronda and Becky, even though it could be a triple threat with Charlotte. I'd be fine either way, as long as Becky's involved. I don't want to see Ronda and Charlotte in the main event, even though they had a great match at Survivor Series. I don't want that. I want to see Becky involved. If it's Ronda and Becky, great. If it's Ronda, Becky, Charlotte, I'm just as happy. I'm fine with that, and Charlotte being involved in that. So Either way, I'm fine with that. I'm going to say the big picture. I'm going to say Asuka gets the belt because I think she'll probably lose it back to Charlotte. I'm going to say Asuka wins. I have a feeling she's getting the belt, and I'm going to say the Empress of Tomorrow finally wins the SmackDown Women's Championship. Nobody is ready for Asuka.